from Donald Trump to Shang-Chi. You like Shang-Chi, right?
Shang-Chi, yes.
Why every time I say it, someone corrects me to say it completely different. I say Shang-Chi.
I could be wrong. I'm not even a comic book fan, so I don't know. I love the movie though.
I always thought it was Chang-Chi.
This is where we need trailer voice guy back.
I wonder,
really
I've always, is it Shang-Chi or is it Shang-Chi?
Trailer voice guy would have told us in the trailer how to pronounce it, and we don't have those anymore. So we're on our own, guys.
Simu Liu roasted after he accused boba bubble tea owners of, quote, cultural appropriation on Canadian reality show Dragon's Den. Did you know that boba tea came from like Taiwan? No, it's not.
That has to be a joke. I need to see how he says it.
Oh, we'll get into it. Yeah. This is, of course, coming from that Park Place. Marvel Studios, Shang-Chi, and the Legend of the Ten Rings actor Simu Liu got roasted after he accused the owners of boba bubble tea of cultural appropriation on the Canadian reality show Dragon's Den. Ironically, Liu, who acts as a potential investor in Canada's Dragon's Den, a program that was originally inspired by Japan's The Tigers of Money series, took issue with the owner. Really, I thought it was like a Shark Tank knockoff, but apparently it's The Tigers of Money. Is Shark Tank a knockoff of that series from Japan too?
Maybe.
Yeah, a lot of these shows begin in Japan, right? Like Japan always makes these wild TV shows that everybody ends up following.
Like Iron Chef. Love that show. The original, not the new one.
Right.
Says took issue with the owners of boba bubble tea and their assertion they were disrupting the bubble tea market with their product. Oh man, I hate bubble tea. I hate all tea. By the way, I think it's gross. I know our good friend Saggy, who I did talk to off stream. I know I talked to her on stream yesterday, but I did talk to her off stream today. She loves the bubble tea, but I had no idea that it was like a Taiwanese thing. I thought it was just like. I had no idea where boba came from. Apparently, Simu Liu did. He's very upset.
And then everybody in Asia copied that,
Yeah. After testing a number of the products that owners offered and sharing his reaction that he thought it was fine, Liu accused the owners of cultural appropriation. He said, "I'm concerned about this idea of disrupting or disturbing bubble tea because it's something that's very..." There's also the issue of cultural appropriation. There's an issue of taking something that's very distinctly Asian in its identity and quote unquote making it better, which I have an issue with. So why would he have an issue with? Is it the making it better part? Like,
I don't
like if someone took tacos and they're like, we made tacos but better because now like instead of being round at the bottom, it's flat and you could just sit your taco down. I'd be like, that's awesome. Why didn't we think of that? How have Mexicans been making tacos for thousands of years? Never once thought, hey, if we press it just a little bit before we fry the shell, it'll make a flat and we could just sit the taco down, right?
It's like when
the invention of the flat bottom. Yeah. If we didn't have cultural, think about it. If there was no cultural appropriation, pizza, as you know it, wouldn't exist.
Yeah, it's a Japanese thing, right?
No, it's Italian, but Italian pizza.
No, I heard it's originally from Japan, and Italy did their own thing with it as well.
Oh, so like noodles.
Yeah.
Remember, the Italians took the idea of noodles from China.
That's what I heard. I could be wrong. I never looked it up.
I heard it was just sauce and bread from like a little place in Italy. And then when it came over here, they started putting meat and shit on it. But again, I could
deep dish
sauce and bread and some vegetables.
No, I honestly don't. And I know especially from a creative like him, like the idea of cultural appropriation. I love my film. Like I love film, so I love the idea of the remakes from remaking foreign films or a foreign country remaking our films. Like that happens. I think that's awesome. Doing our own spin on that.
Like I think that's how we from the samurai movies, right?
Yeah, I think patriotically, that's how we've become number ones. We'll take your shit and make it like our own and do it better. And I don't know from a film standpoint.
I don't believe in cultural appropriation as a actual thing that exists, right? Mm-hmm. Because again, we live in America. America's supposed to be a melting pot where we take things from different cultures and blend it with our own thing and do stuff with it, right? So the idea that you're a certain race or you're a certain ethnicity, you are not allowed to make. You can't sell. If I learned how to make ramen noodles, I can't sell ramen noodles because I'm not Asian, right? Like that sounds stupid to me. Like I can't open.
So Wu-Tang can't exist because they're appropriating China, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says, I want to be part of bringing boba to the masses, but not like this. So for that reason, I'm out. So here's the clip so you can see exactly how it went down.
Let me see this.
Let me make this, I was going to say bigger, but apparently that's as big as it can. That's what she said.
Hello, Dragon. My name is Jessica.
And my name is Sebastian.
We are here today from Quebec City seeking 1 million.
Oh, they're Quebecs. Get out of here. That's it. You're from Quebec. Just go.
That's
I don't care what you're selling.
$1 in exchange of
The XQC
18%.
accent.
Yeah. For 18%
of our business, Boba. Dragon, you have probably heard about bubble tea.
Yes.
I've never. Has anyone else heard of bubble tea?
Yes, I've heard.
What is bubble tea?
Yeah. Simu was drinking bubble tea this morning.
I've never heard of this thing
Yes,
before.
I'm talking about bubble tea. That trendy.
I've heard of bubble tea. I've seen a bunch of bubble tea shops around and I swear to God, I've never even, the idea that it was an Asian thing had never crossed my fucking mind. Right? Like I had no clue.
I still don't know what it is.
It's those little balls of like sugar and like.
They're made of tapioca.
Yeah, you never seen boba? It's like little balls of tapioca.
No.
They sit in your tea and it's like a little burst of sugar. Basically.
Oh, I think so. Yes, I think so.
Drink you are queued up for, and you are never quite sure about its content.
Those days are over with boba.
Hang on. I'm quite sure about its content, but
Yes.
continue.
Okay. We have transformed this beloved beverage into a convenient and healthier, ready-to-drink experience. Since day one, we're disturbing this $4 billion market with 3 simple ingredients: high-quality tea, fruit juice, and our famous boba. Last year, we just launched 2 crazy innovations, including the first alcoholic ready-to-drink bubble tea in the world, but also our grab-and-go popping boba.
A grab-and-go popping boba. Look at that. This guy's an entrepreneur. Why is he so upset? Simu Liu's like, this
business.
sold all of it.
Well, Dragon, are you now ready to drink our product?
Yeah. Boba comes in various flavors like watermelon, dragon fruit, and peach. It retails for about $3.99 at major grocers in Canada, the US, and Europe.
Do you get the popping bobas though?
Well, the boba's popping.
Raspberry and lime.
Can you pause it? Can you pause it?
This is
Paul said something. Okay, this is what I mean. Simu Liu's Asian and has never heard about, but you guys didn't find him being sarcastic there?
No, that part was sarcastic. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're on the same page. Okay, cool.
We're not to the clip yet.
Yeah, I know. I read Paul's comment. I was making sure.
I didn't see the main event yet.
Yeah.
That's why he's saying he's familiar. He's already building it up. He's like, yeah, I know what this is. I'm familiar with it. I know where it's from. I know what
he's about to cut the
yes, exactly. Yeah, I get that. I get that vibe too. Yeah.
This is the popping boba. We sell it in convenience store to add to any drinks.
This is my first time having bubble tea.
You're missing out in life, man.
I've never seen it like in this. I've seen
People have tried to bottle it up. It's very difficult to maintain the flavor.
Did you like this?
I thought it was fine, but I
see he seems like bitter. Like, man, hey, people have tried to bottle it and you can't get the flavor. It's fine. Like everyone else is like, oh my god, this is so delicious, and he's like, man, it's fine.
I'm concerned about this idea of disrupting or disturbing bubble tea because
see, you know what I think it is? Why don't he just admit? He goes, this has nothing to do with cultural appropriation. You know what this has to do with, guys? He's pissed that they're going to put a bunch of Asians out of work. He's like, fuck, this thing is really good. People like it. They're not going to go to your local bubble tea anymore. They're going to go to the.
He could have said that
store,
then.
Right? They're going to go to the grocery store and buy this fucking Quebecan bubble tea instead of going to the little Asian guy down the street. That's what he's upset about. Because that's why he's like, I'm worried about you disrupting this market. Why? Why, as an investor, do you give a fuck? You should be happy. Like, yes, it's a $4 billion industry. You're disrupting it. That's a good thing. That's what you want as an investor. That's a product that you can get behind. In the words of Tommy Tallarico, saying words like disruptor gives investors chubbies. That's an actual quote that he said when talking about the weekend.
Tommy was right.
It's something that's
Why?
very
They're
near.
giving new takes on things.
Sure, but I'm looking at
not
I'm
everything has
looking
to
at
be
these two guys.
traditional.
No, but then there's also an
She's
issue
right.
of cultural appropriation. There's an issue of taking
See, he's
He was
like
losing the
yelling at the
debate.
other one.
He was losing the debate.
something
That's
that's
why he went
very distinctly Asian in its identity and
Oh, it's
quote
not.
unquote making it
there.
better.
No,
which I have
co-sign
an
it,
issue with.
man.
But I want to hear the pitch
Co-sign
before I
it.
formulate an opinion.
Oh
And
boy,
so
that's
I'm gonna do
one
that.
way to start.
Yeah, that's one way to start. A little heavy there. But okay.
But
I
it's
think he's
not
a little
an
embarrassed there.
ethnical product anymore. Not with the popping bobas. So we took the version, the Asian version, and we made it with the fruit, with juice.
The popping boba is new. I can't say I've had that. It definitely is an experience when you're having it. And do you manufacture this yourself?
No, so we have 3 partners, but they are exclusive partners. So
I don't think we need to watch the entire clip, but they do make a deal. He
He
is
says
out.
no.
He says no. Yeah.
Hmm.
Let me see
Is
that.
he supposed to be the heel or something in this scenario? I wonder.
Maybe.
No, he's just supposed to be a guy that's on there like trying to invest. I guess he's like the Mark Cuban. He's a celebrity of the team, right? Like the
Well,
well-known person.
right.
Like you don't know who those other people are. They're just rich people that are there. Right? He's like the celebrity.
The
It
thing
says
is,
after the episode aired, hold on.
Yeah.
Lou doubled down on his accusation in a post to TikTok. First and foremost, I want to say I think we hit on a really important discussion about cultural appropriation. What it is, how is something exploitative rather than paying homage and respect? When is that line crossed? And in that conversation, I've experienced a massive wave of positivity and support from every community. And I just think that it's really incredible, and I really appreciate that. I call bullshit. I don't think anyone appreciates you shitting on these people for making fucking bubble tea, right? Again,
So
a very
weird.
Mexican thing. A very Mexican thing. Corn, right? Mexican
Mhm.
corn.
Yeah.
You put the fucking mayonnaise. Yeah, you know. But if I could go to the store and they're like, "Hey, we got elotes in the store," fucking, I don't care if it's a white guy who owns the company. Like, oh shit, you got fucking Mexican corn in the store in fucking a can that I can just pop open and eat it like that. Sign me up. I don't have to wait for the guy to show up. I don't have to like chase down the elote man no more. Fuck yeah, I'll go to the store and buy some fucking canned elote. I don't know. What about you, Perp? You're a Hispanic.
what about me? What?
Would you do you mind? if white
No,
people
I'm all
filming,
for it. I think that's what it, like you said, that's what America is kind of about. But this is Canadian. I don't know. But from
This is
his,
Canadian.
isn't this a Canadian show? So I don't
Yeah,
know what.
it's Canadian.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what their like, country's motto or ethics in that.
Like, even
department
over
is,
here,
you
our
know?
food is influenced by Mediterranean stuff. Like the Mediterranean. That's what
But he's a
come up
creative that
over
works
here.
in Hollywood. Like he
Fuck
should
shit,
be.
exactly.
I don't know. How old is he? Is he a young dude? How young is he?
He's like
Is he in
30
his
something.
20s? Oh, he's 30s. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he's in this. Let me check. I don't see how that would matter, but
I don't know. Trying to give him any benefit of the doubt that it's just like a dumb thing he'll grow out of. I don't know.
he is 35. So,
Never mind.
says on the flip side, I've been made aware that the business owners have received a lot of death threats and harassment and otherwise just kind of bullying and dogpiling. And I just want to say that full stop, it's never okay to make threats. It's never okay to bully and harass online. And I don't mean that the business owners don't deserve valid criticism. Hey guys, just don't bully them. They deserve to be shit on, but just pull it back just a little. Remember,
I'm the one who's allowed to fight on the internet. Everybody else shouldn't. That's what he's saying.
No. He's saying
Yeah, he's trying to literally calm a mob down, and that's not the way to go. Like you just gotta.
no. He's not trying to calm the mob. He's not trying to calm the mob down. What he's trying to say is, guys, you're going too far. You're making us look bad by giving them death threats. Pull it back a little.
Yeah.
Just yell at him, right? If you just
Like I
yell
said,
at him,
he's
that
giving
was a
mob
good guy.
directions of calming it down. Like in a way, what I'm trying to say is like you can't just have like no, do it like this. Once you get them going, it's like out of your hands, right?
Well, I just think
I don't know what he's
he
trying to
shouldn't
do.
even say. He shouldn't even be like there's valid criticism. Their
Yes,
crime,
exactly. That's
their-
what I'm saying. He was trying to.
Their only
like,
crime is fucking making bubble tea. These guys these people made bubble tea and they're not Asian. That's their crime.
in Canada, it has a huge like different races and people too.
I don't care where it is. I mean, again, I don't go into like fucking Taco Bell and like, hey, are there Mexicans back there? I want to make sure there's No, it's like I don't give a fuck. Just don't make sure you wash your hands and wear the fucking appropriate clothing, right? When you're making my
global
fucking
food
Taco
at this point. It
Yeah.
doesn't belong to anyone anymore.
I mean, it doesn't say like authentic. If it said like authentic Asian bubble tea, maybe you might have a point. Like, dude,
Then,
you're like,
yes,
you're,
exactly.
you're using our culture to sell your product when clearly you're not.
Yes,
like, Asian, right? Like then you might
Imagine
have a
walking
point,
up to a PF Chang's
I-
and saying, "Oh, you're appropriating China." Like, come on.
Yeah, or a Panda Express.
I also find these walkbacks interesting whenever they go with the words of it. This is going to make for an interesting conversation because then they don't have the conversation because these type of posts end up being like, oh, I'm shutting this down right now because it would be an interesting. Hey, why do you think that when based on like our society and what we live over here, like we do that all the time with everything. We make movies like that, and it's worked out to our benefit. He wants to have the conversation, right? But they never have the conversation. They said it would make an interesting conversation, then they shut it down. It's weird.
Like I said, I think this is all about this is racism through and through. Okay. This is about I want my people to be the only ones to benefit from a certain thing, right? Which is racist, right? If he was a white guy and said, hey, only white people could benefit from this thing, right? We'd all be like, that's racist. You can't do that. You can't stop black people from making pizzas or owning hamburger stores, right? Hamburgers from Germany, right? Hey, you can't work at the fucking McDonald's or the burger. No, right? But because he's Asian and he's Canadian and he's allowed to say these things, and we're just like, oh, okay. Look how cute this is. This is a cutesy story. I just want to say that full stop, it's never okay to make threats. It's never okay to bully and harass online. And I don't mean that the business owners don't deserve valid criticism. And I don't believe that you should not be vocal about your disagreement. But I think we can all agree, common sense. There's a line you don't and shouldn't cross. See, he's like, no, you could bully them, just don't make death threats, right? There's a line. You're crossing the line, and that makes me look bad. So let's pull it back a little. Yeah. Again, I don't think he's trying to help so much as, like, if it didn't make him look bad, he would be okay with it, is what I'm saying, right? But he knows that them getting death threats makes him look bad. So he's like, oh, no, you got to pull this back because I'm getting flack now, right? But if he didn't get flack for it, he'd be okay with it.
Maybe.
He concluded, let's not cross that line. Let's disagree with each other. Let's critique each other. Let's critique the idea of cultural appropriation. Let's talk about it.
Yes, please.
But what we're not going to do is threaten people's physical safety and make people feel unsafe and cause them trauma that, quite honestly, they don't deserve. He claimed their business was misguided. Was it misguided? I believe so. Were they a little ignorant? Absolutely. But those are all human things. He looked at the can and was like upset it didn't say like boba tea was from Taiwan.
Misguided while every other business was doing the same thing. Wow.
Yeah. So then he ends it with a post on X where he says, I truly do not care what you spend your money on. Buy boba or don't. Or buy bottled mass-produced boba that feels weirdly appropriated or don't. It really does not matter to me.
He should have said taste instead of feels. That would have been funny.
Yeah.
Taste
All I
weirdly
ask
appropriated.
is that you do not empty your life savings into altcoins and NFTs. See, now he's transitioning from, oh shit, I got too much pushback. Guys, NFTs are bad. Remember NFTs? Those are bad, right? Like, we can all agree on that.
Like the mob he summoned went too far. He's like, okay. Let's walk.
Nina Infinity makes an appearance. She says,
oh,
aren't you Chinese?
Shit.
Aren't you Chinese? Didn't you play a Korean dude in Kim's Convenience? Some, like you, might call that cultural appropriation. But hey, when it benefits you, who cares, right? Yeah. That's like that one voice actor, the Asian guy, the fat Asian guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where he was like, oh, only if you're a certain race, you can only play certain characters, right? And then like a week later, he's like, this is bullshit. They keep calling me in to like play Asian characters and I can't play. They won't let me play any other characters. And like, yeah, that's what you wanted. Remember? Mm-hmm. Did Asians have to play Asians? You're not white, so you don't get to play any of the white characters.
Right.
And he's like, no, that's not the way. No, that's not what I wanted. What I wanted was like me to be able to play anybody, but only white people could play white people.
Can I give super lame pushback against Nina Infinity?
You can give whatever you want. That's what this show's for.
Okay. So I understand what she's saying, but also you have to keep in mind, like, while he's benefiting in terms of he got the part, like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to be playing Korean, like he wants to play Chinese, maybe. And it's just like those parts aren't out there, so he has to take what he can. So usually, a lot of Asian actors have to mix and match because they don't have the specific parts like in American roles. So I don't know if it's like, oh, he did.
I don't know if that really counts.
Yeah, I said lame push
because it is lame on two fronts. Because one, it's lame because the show could have he could have said, hey guys, I'll play the part because I know you want me. But let's just switch the character from Korean to Chinese. Right?
You guys would have fucking nailed that asshole to the wall.
For what? Like, Kim's convenience is that everyone was like,
no, if that the actor complained to the showrunners, they have to change everything.
If it was a mainstream
if that gets out, like everyone would have called it like, oh, that would have. I think that would have been a big story, like headline. Shit.
No, because I would have like, hey, this is what he said.
You would have.
He agreed. He says. Cultural appropriation is bad, and this guy was sticking to his principles and said, "Hey, I will play this role, but I'm obviously not Korean, so either you make it Chinese or I can't play the role." Right? If you want me, these are my terms. Right? You don't have to hire me. I'm not saying hire me and then change it. I'm saying if you want me, just turn the character from Korean to Chinese.
Yeah, then he loses the part. Then he loses the part,
but he keeps his morals and his principles.
Yeah, I know. That's what he should be thinking when he's up there judging those people. So those two, that couple or whatever they are, the business partners, they worked their ass off to get there, just like he did. They probably had to do some stuff they didn't want to do and all that stuff. He should be like keeping that in mind, He had to play a Korean convenience store guy. Like, sometimes you have to do that, to get to where once you have that. It's a great part. How are you going to say no to it? Just like they have a great boba tea. How are you going to say no to it?
Why? Well, because again, I would push back and say it was a great part for a Korean guy. Aren't you upset that you took a job from a Korean?
Yeah.
You again. This is your beliefs. I'm just going by your system. You say,
yes,
hey, cultural appropriation bad. So you should have been like either A, they change it to Chinese, or B, I'm sorry, I'm not Korean. You need to find a Korean actor. I will help you find a Korean. I know a couple Korean actors, right? Because we all hang out in the same community, right? I think this guy's an idiot.
Yeah, you're right. It's hypocritical.
Again, it's hypocritical. The whole cultural appropriation thing, I think, is stupid.
Yeah, me too.
It to begin with, because again, especially when it comes to food, right? You see all these stories all the time, or like hair, like my God, she's wearing dreadlocks. Like only. Rastafarians are allowed to wear dreadlocks. That's like the rule, right? No. If you got the hair, wear it, right? If you can make your hair into dreadlocks, then go for it. If you want that, do it. Mexicans took over the mullet. You guys from the South, you hillbillies thought you had a monopoly on mullets, but then us Mexicans came along and said, we like that. We like that mullet.
Looks good with a stash.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero went with that,
We took it, made it our own,
right.
and fantastic.
And it's beautiful for it.